Let's talk about Justin Fields. This is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. A lot of people are questioning, can Justin Fields develop into the passing quarterback that the Chicago Bears have been looking for and have needed for decades right now? Justin Fields is one of the better young quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, granted, you look at his passing numbers, you scratch your head and say 17 pass touchdowns to 11 interceptions. What am I supposed to do with that? But you look at what he was able to do on the ground. 1,143 rushing yards to 8 touchdowns. And a lot of people like to say that he can't throw the football and that the Chicago Bears may be in trouble. But you look at the other side of the coin. They didn't have the best wide receivers in the league for Justin Fields. It was one of the worst wide receiving corps in all of football. And when he was able to sit back there in the pocket and deliver the football to guys, he did. Go back and look at the first half of the Washington Commanders game. It was slow and sluggish, but he was getting the football to those guys. And so they made a pivotal decision at halftime to utilize Justin Fields' legs more. And that was something that a lot of people wanted to see him do his rookie season with Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy was a terrible head coach of this team, but they were saying a lot of things about Justin Fields. He's not a guy that you just want to keep in the pocket. He's more than just that, and he is. And he showed it last season. He can throw the football and he can process defenses. We saw it his rookie season. We saw it all throughout last season. That's how Darnell Mooney broke over 1,000 yards a couple seasons ago. He had 493 receiving yards last season and 2 touchdowns, dealt with injuries, and they made a pivotal trade at the trade deadline to go trade for Chase Claypool from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, that trade hasn't worked out too well for the Chicago Bears because he didn't reach his full potential with this team. But a full off season and letting him get into work, into shape with this team, hopefully he can develop into a guy. But Chase Claypool is no longer your de facto number 1 wide receiver. They went out there and they made a trade to go out there and get DJ Moore, which is phenomenal for the Chicago Bears. Because we've seen quarterbacks in the past, like Jalen Hurts, they go out there and they trade for an A.J. Brown. Look how he's done wonders for his career. Stephon Diggs goes to Buffalo, does wonders for Josh Allen. You're hoping for the same impact that DJ Moore can do the same with Justin Fields. And I believe that he can. I believe that he can have a higher ceiling than some of those guys for the simple fact that he is an electric runner in open field. He did get injured last season, so they want to tail back on the rushing side of things, but he can deliver the football, work off of play action, and they've done some more moves and just add wide receivers to this team. They added guard in Nate Davis, who was a very good guard from Tennessee Titans, something that this team desperately needed because Justin Fields was tied for being the most sacked quarterback in the NFL with Russell Wilson. The difference is with Justin Fields, he didn't run himself into sacks half the time, and he wasn't holding on to the football for too long. The main things was that Justin Fields would go out there, try to deliver the football, and he'll just get blown up, or even in certain situations against the blitz. And that's something he needs to do a better job of. He needs to be better on blitz recognition, and he needs to go out there and realize when to throw the football away and when he can take a hit. For the last 2 years, when it's a blitz off the edge, he just stands in there and takes the hit like it's nothing. That is good to get the football there, but at the same time, it's going to knock some years off your career if you continue to take that. Also with the open field damage as well that he's taken. It's similar to the Lamar Jackson situation with the Baltimore Ravens. Amazing open field runner, but you don't want these guys to just be primarily runners and also taking these stupid hits inside the pocket. So going out there and getting the guard and Nate Davis helps out as well. The offensive line has to be better. They're very good when it came to the run blocking department. David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert both had successful season last season. Khalil Herbert is going to be your de facto number 1 back. Mix it in with Deontay Foreman because David Montgomery is now with the Detroit Lions, which isn't a huge loss for the Chicago Bears. Deontay Foreman had 915 rushing yards last season and 5 touchdowns with the Carolina Panthers. So he's shown that he can be a good serviceable back in the NFL. Khalil Herbert is very good as well with 731 rushing yards last season, 4 rushing touchdowns, and 5.7 yards a carry. You interchange that with that read option system and implement that RPO system with DJ Moore being able to stretch the field and Chase Claypool will scare off safeties as well with David Montgomery. You have good weapons. You also added Robert Tonyan, who could be a good backup tight end to Cole Kmet. A lot of people don't even realize this with Cole Kmet. He had 544 receiving yards last season and 7 touchdowns. He is still a very good tight end. I think that he's still in that developmental arc right now with this team. He could be a guy that can easily get you 700 to 800 yards receiving a season if you just give him the football more, and he will no longer be in those situations to where they'll double cover him. Because you look when Darnell Mooney got hurt, they started double covering Cole Kmet. So now you're going to have to play roll coverage on DJ Moore. Darnell Mooney can now get the one-on-one coverage, also Chase Claypool and also Cole Kmet. So this offense can be sneaky good, and they're sneaky good on paper. They don't have the top upper names in the NFL, but you look at what other teams have done when they let these young guys grow together and get the chemistry together, it bonds over time. And this is Justin Fields' third year. Usually around this time is when you know if a quarterback's your guy or not. And I believe that he will be one of the better young quarterbacks in all of football next season. I think he's going to take the same or similar leap that Jalen Hurts took last year. Not saying that he's going to lead the Chicago Bears to a Super Bowl, because they still got to work out some things on defense. Even though they added Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, they still need to get a pass rusher, and the offensive line still leaves a lot to be left desired, even though they added guard Nate Davis. But they can be a team that could be a sneaky team in the NFC that you look at and say, hey, they could beat some of these teams that they're around the playoff bubble. They can give the Minnesota Vikings some trouble if things go right. They can give the Packers some trouble if things go right in those situations. But it just comes down, can Justin Fields be the guy? So let me know in the comment section below, can Justin Fields be the guy for this team? And if he's not the guy, they have 2 first-round picks next year. This team could trade up for a guy like a Caleb Williams, or they can get the quarterback from UNC and they can run it back next year with a brand new quarterback. But I believe they will not have to go that far into that or just try to go deep into that. But it's one of those situations you just break the glass of mercy. We have the Panthers first round pick. Next year we have our own first round pick next year. If Justin's not the guy, let's just jump up. But I don't think they're going to do that. I'm talking about the weapons that they've added around Justin Fields before the NFL draft. They can go into the NFL draft this year and get another tackle to help out on this team. They can get another wide receiver late into the draft just in case Darnell Mooney or Chase Claypool deal with injuries. So let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about the Chicago Bears? Do you think Justin Fields is the right quarterback for this team? And will he take the similar leap to guys like Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts in the past? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.